The male pandering. What the fuck? The pandering male epidemic, bro. Is this like the shit that they do and like these are the type of guys that are like, you gotta buy her this, you gotta do this, you gotta do all this extra stuff to get a girl to like you and all that extra shit. Is this one of them epidemics, bro? You want me to keep it a beam, bro? You don't really need to do, like, you should never have to do more than what you have to, you know what I'm saying, to get anybody's attention. You know what I'm saying? But you know, let's what the fuck is going on?
Boys want to get to know you. Men want to know what your Cash App and Zelle is. Know the difference, ladies, when one is speaking to you. It's quite simple. When you first meet a woman, you should be spending money. I don't want to hear your fucking excuse why you don't. If you cannot send Zelles, pay for her nails to get done and hair done before a first date, or pay for some Shein items or Fashion Nova, you should not be fucking dating. Two things a woman want to hear: her Cash App and Zelle, and what's her.
This has to be like a skit though. Like, he's gotta like, he has to be trolling. Like, this is not real.
Full name and birthday. Book
This is AI. It's not real. There's no way he's going out here saying this shit.
her trip. If you really want her, do something different. Stop asking her to the movies or the dinner. She can drive there herself. Do something no one else is asking her for. Take her on fucking vacation, you cheap, broke bastards.
Yeah, I know. It
Oh,
sounds
nah,
nice.
bruh.
It sounds
He like it's like one of them Andrew Tate niggas, bro.
great even. But that clown got exposed for abusing both of his baby mothers and not taking care of his kids. Roll the clip. And for anyone wondering, this is some of his work.
Oh my god.
You see, for the longest period now,
Oh, he, like I said, he just one of them incel, insecure ass fucking, well, in cellular. He's one of them in cellular, like the phone, like he just one of them, like, I don't know, red pill guys, like what the fuck, bro? These so lame, bro.
there's been this cycle that's been reoccurring on the internet. A male influencer will get online and post some videos where he's hitting all the right notes. He's saying all the right things. Things that might be unrealistic. Things that most of the time are too good to be true. How do I put this? They're selling a fantasy. These con artists, these predators who prey on women's desperation, are the most dangerous breed of animal. And yes, I'm calling them animals. The animal in question being a pander bear. They're panderers. Guys
Pander
like Pastor
bear.
Poppy Don. They take the approach of appealing to a woman's desire for financial stability, a caretaker, someone who, when she's with, money isn't a problem. Matter of fact, this dream guy goes out of his
And if she complains or some shit happens, you beat her. Is that the way? You know what I'm saying? Of course, you should never abuse anybody that is fucking disrespectful. Poppy Don, you are lame as fuck.
to spend his money on her, buying her lavish gifts, booking trips, allowing her to experience these luxury experiences.
Hey guys, I have cash. I have a van full of cash. Hey women, just come in my van, bro. It's full of cash, bro. Come on in my van.
Brief intermission, y'all. I got an opportunity for you. If you've ever wished that payday came sooner, this main one lets you ask deposit with come stay more on top of their finances.
Pampering my woman is a requirement. 150,000.
Man says he pays his wife $150K every time she gets pregnant, and $150K a year per child until they turn 18.
$1,000 per child when she gives birth. 150,000 every year after that until the child is 18.
Do we need to see this shit, bro?
Her hair done.
Keep that between you and your woman, bro.
Once a week, nails done once a week, makeup done whenever she wants to. Shopping sprees around the world, anywhere she wants to shop at and buy whatever she wants. Her finances is not anywhere she wants to shop at and buy whatever she wants.
What the fuck is... Wait, is that a... What?
Her finances is not maintained. She's not allowed to pay for any bills, open any doors, or take out any trash. 100,000. Say I love you. Another 100,000. I appreciate your love.
Bro. I don't know, bruh. I don't know. He like one of them guys that, like, when he was in school, he got bullied and shit and got his girl taken. And so he's like, I'm gonna get rich, da-da-da. And then he became rich. And then he's just like, I don't know, bro. There's something about these people we don't know about. Louis Vuitton, everything, bro. Why don't you give... Oh, my gosh, bro.
100,000 because you're an excellent mother.
Oh.
and 50,000 just in case you want to splurge on me or something.
Oh, brother.
What the fuck? And I know some of y'all gonna be like, nah, nigga, you're hating because he got money. Shut the fuck up. No way, bro.
Just how performative can you be?
I
And
know,
look, I already know
bruh.
what some of you guys are thinking. Some of the stuff he's saying doesn't sound too crazy. If you truly are in love with your lady and you're a chivalrous man, these things will probably
Yeah, that's fine. Like, go ahead, do that. But like, that don't mean everybody gotta do it, bruh.
come naturally to you. But you see, the thing that makes this guy so distasteful is that he tries to shame regular men for not being ultra wealthy. He talks in a way that emasculates them.
Oh, he one of them. You gotta grind 24/7, and if you're not working towards getting that money, you ain't doing. Like, shut the fuck
How
up.
much money should a man have before he gets into a relationship?
At minimum, a man should have 300,000.
Is he talking to himself, bruh? I know I heard that guy in the background, but like, is that him? Is that like a pre-recording in the background, bruh? I feel like some of these guys, bro. First of all, you don't need any amount of money to be with any woman. You know what I'm saying, right? I mean, of course, you can't be lazy and not have a job. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, both, you know, people should be able to provide something. I'm guessing, but like, it's just like you need to have. There's no there. Like, I don't like it's what the fuck.
In US dollars in a savings account. But if you really want to step into the real leagues when men are handling their business, you should have at least 1 million to 3 million in your savings account before you even entertain a woman. Period.
So by this guy's logic, the
Hey, stay a virgin, y'all. So just stay a virgin. And, like, these are the type of guys though that like they think that they, you know, I don't want to, you know, I don't know. Look, I don't know these people personally, but these are the type of guys that are like, you know, they make their whole life about money. You know what I mean? And like when you take that money away from them, they're really nobodies, bro. They're really just, they really don't have anything special about them. You know, like, you know what I'm
average
saying?
man should have multiple six figures saved up. And then
Yep.
if we really want to meet his standard, if we really want to be real men, we gotta have multiple millions of dollars saved up. Do you know how doomed society would be if we all operated under this logic? Because the average man doesn't even start making six figures a year until like their late 20s, early to mid 30s. And then
If you can, you know, not everybody gets that luxury though.
you want to talk about men being millionaires? The average man doesn't start touching that type of wealth until their late 30s, early to mid 40s and above. And we're not even considering things like inflation. $1 million a couple of decades ago isn't $1 million today.
Yeah, it's
like depending
not.
on where you live, $1 million will definitely not afford you anything fancy. And this genius somehow wants to make the argument that we shouldn't even entertain women until we have that type of money. And I think the one clip that cemented in my mind that this guy is definitely a panderer, he's a pander bear, is this clip.
Date them all and may the best provider win. And the only men that have a problem with this are the manipulators, the narcissists.
This is coming from a guy that uses money to get with women though. Like that's you know what I'm saying? Like,
The compulsive liars, the men that want you to provide for them. And to the women that say, well, I can't juggle 5 men at a time. You were dealing with a complete narcissist. This man had 5 different personalities. Every day you woke up, you see a different version of this man.
I feel like these guys be projecting like shit.
You can date a different man every day of the week. Date every single
What?
one of them and may the best provider win.
If this isn't sweet talk, pander talk, telling
What the
women what
fuck?
they want to hear,
This like individualistic mindset, we really need to stop having this like individualistic mindset though.
type of talk, I don't know what is. Cause look, I can
We
respect
really
someone
don't.
who dishes it out to both genders equally. But when it's
Right.
so obvious that you're trying to gain favoritism from one gender, your intentions become clear as day. And look, I
You're
already
the
know what some of you guys might
narcissist.
be thinking. This is all internet BS. There's no way anyone would actually buy into this sort of thinking.
They do though. People do buy into this shit though.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you'd be absolutely wrong. You see, all a guy has to do is get online and make this sort of video.
Y'all know it's niggas out here really buying girls food, paying girls rent. Real deal. Paying for girls beauty maintenance. Real deal. Like, real deal. I'm niggas. I'm niggas. Stay legendary.
And then you'll have women in the comments eating it up. May your money flow like a river. Hi king, you good? You ate today? The only type I date. I know some soldiers in here, they want to spend that on me. His inbox has to be going crazy right now. Yeah, I'm never settling till I find the one. My sugar pop is all the way in Canada sending me money. They're literally eating this shit up. And you see, these pander bears don't just come leading with money.
Right.
They also have other tricks. There's
These people, including the women that fall for this shit, y'all must have sad lives though, for real. Like,
other archetypes. There's
your
other
whole life is money, and look, there's nothing. I mean, look, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with being successful or anything like that. I think everybody should strive to be at least somewhat successful, to have a good lifestyle that you enjoy. Not everybody needs to have the same, lifestyle. I'm not talking like not everybody wants 10 million cars, crazy ass shit like that. But like, you know what I mean? Like,
categories of pander bear.
if you want, like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just like, like, I don't know, bruh. It's just not like your whole life doesn't have to be that. You know what I'm saying?
Not all of them sell this financial fantasy. Some of them use enticing words. For example, like Medusa's Judgment. His whole thing was painting men out to be these evil beings that were just irredeemable. And I genuinely feel like with him,
Like himself.
he targeted a very specific audience. Women who were probably leaning towards being misandrous. Because no one besides a misandrist or a woman who's been severely traumatized by men would subscribe to an idea like this.
If you was to ask a man if he would rather be in the woods with the woman or with the bear, he gonna say a woman every single time. And do you know why a man
Wait, what? Yeah. If I let's say I'm in a relationship, if I'm in the woods by myself and I were to choose a woman or a bear, I would choose the woman. Like, what? Because we could work together, and you know what I'm saying? The same thing vice versa. If I'm in a, if it's a woman, would she rather be around a man or a bear? What you think she gonna take her chances on? Fucking Winnie the Pooh, my nigga? Like, what the fuck are we
gonna
talking
say
about?
a woman every single time?
Hey, boo boo.
He got free reign.
And the reason why that clip looks so tacky is because I literally had to combine two videos from other people's
What the
stitches
fuck?
because all his original content was deleted. He was banned from the TikTok platform. But
Nice.
back to the clip though, this guy really
That shit comes off hella misogynistic too. Just saying.
tried to make the point that the most important reason, the number one reason why a man would choose to be
Oh, I guess not really, because you're shitting on men, but like, like what's wrong with the guy choosing the girl over the fucking grizzly bear? You fucking idiot.
the woman in a forest instead of a bear is because he wants to essay her. Not because, the bear is a
But here's the thing though, these people, they be projecting. They're talking about themselves.
wild animal that has claws and fangs and weighs several hundreds of pounds. A literal killing machine. But all that aside, it also says so much about his audience that he thinks he could post something like this and his audience will buy it. Like, I'm genuinely concerned about the survival skills of the women who tuned into him, believed the things he said, and didn't see any red flags. Because
They're obviously, trauma and that kind of shit,
Because a lot of times when a guy just seems too perfect, when he has all the right answers, that's the guy you should watch out for the most. Because
True.
that means he has a perfect read on you. That means he understands your psychology. He understands how a woman's mind thinks and functions. And that's exactly what puts him in an optimal position to manipulate you.
Yep.
And luckily he got exposed because his ex-girlfriend got online and did a 3-part series exposing him for who he truly is.
Comes into my room and he's holding my room.
I told you, these niggas, they be projecting. They'll be like, men, they'll go over there and they'll just harass women. No, that's you. You're talking about yourself. Don't put that shit on me, buddy. No.
3 kitchen knives, large kitchen. He's saying someone is going to, tonight. Someone's
What?
gonna tonight. And
What the
by
fuck?
the time it takes me to get to my balcony to try to unlock my balcony door,
See, this is why I own multiple guns.
then unlock my screen door,
I'm not even joking. To all the women out there, bro, I know, like, I would learn how to defend yourself, bro. Of course, don't just go and just blah 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 blah. Self-defense, right? But like, just learn how to like use some sort of weapon, so you don't, when you run into the pepper spray, right? Like, I see a lot of people. I see a lot of women nowadays. Like like customers that come into my job, they have like pepper spray and shit, which is fucking insane. You know what I'm saying?
He already has me by my shirt, pulling me back into my apartment, choking me because he's grabbing so hard on my shirt. I'm asking him, please let me go. Please get off of me. He's refusing.
And the crazy thing is, even after being exposed, the manipulation didn't stop. Dude literally tried to sit here and frame it like, oh, this is a thing I used to do in the past. Yes, I was a demon, a horrible person, but that was in the far past. You know,
why the fuck you got 3 kitchen knives in your fucking hand,
years
bruh?
ago. I'm not that person anymore.
One is you know what I'm saying? One is already insane, but you got 3 kitchen.
Am admitting
fucking
to being
sicko.
abusive. 2-3 years ago, I dealt with a woman who lived in Seattle. She just came out with a video saying that I was verbally, mentally, and emotionally abusive. She is telling the truth. She is 100% accurate. Everything she is telling is 100% true.
Oh.
I have been an absolutely terrible man. No, this is not about she spilled the tea.
You get on here and bash quote unquote bad men unprovoked, and we never heard about you until she says something. So are you sorry for real, or sorry she's spilling the tea? True. That's 100% true.
I am happy that she is sharing her negative experiences about me. I want her to. I have been a
because if I this motherfucker crazy, bro.
very extremely demonic and terrible man in my past.
Bro really thought that acting happy that he got exposed was gonna somehow help his case. Like, no nigga, you got exposed and you're trying to do damage control.
And this guy said, would you don't like I said with the whole bear and or a woman, you know, question to all the men out there, and him saying most men would choose the women because they'll abuse. He's talking about himself. Himself
might be an even bigger clown. We got a guy by the name of Derek Jackson who uses his looks and enticing words to captivate women, literally selling them the fantasy of this perfect husband.
Look, sis, don't let no man convince you that by you holding him accountable for his actions, you're bringing stress and drama and being negative. If he was not ready for the responsibility of loving you correctly, he should have never signed up for it. You didn't make him hop in your DMs or stop you from what you was doing to ask you.
And let's take a quick look at the comments. Amen, amen, amen. Exactly what I need to hear. Put this on his motherfucking damn For You page now.
And no man plays the victim better than the one who caused the damage. He'll dysregulate your central nervous system and then claim you always disturbing his peace.
Some of y'all ain't gonna like this, but ghosting the girl who did nothing to deserve it is emotional abuse.
Yo, the sad music in the background is killing me, bro.
Never
this shit is so performative, bro. Never understand how fast a woman will cut you off or make you feel like she's begging for your love.
Estimate how fast a woman will cut you off for making her feel like she's begging for your love.
I'm convinced bro literally works out to get a pump before he makes his videos, bro. I genuinely would not be surprised if he does that.
Her anger ain't even anger. It's built up hurt. Because women don't just wake up angry.
Brother.
They slowly drown in ignored feelings until that emotion erupts.
And we got these hurt women in the comments trauma dumping. Then they call us toxic after taking us for granted. That line about ruining my mental health to stay a little longer hit me hard. Exactly. Yo, whose grandma is this? He did everything he promised he wouldn't. Another grandma. The moment she becomes silent after all the time when she was angry, that's the moment when she is done and ready to let it go. And here's the kicker. This guy literally cheated on his wife. You can't
Oh my fucking god.
not make this shit up, bro. Talk about right message, wrong messenger.
Okay, so part of the recovery process where we were in the program for infidelity.
I think these guys are just like they make these videos to cope. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and all that is discovery. And in discovery.
Oh my god. What the wait, hold on. What does it say? Deny Jackson reveals her estranged husband Derek Jackson slept with nearly 100 women since they started dating. Oh my god, bro.
It's like we've trickled out a lot of information. Now it's time to go to level 0, ground zero, they call it, And so he had to make a list of women to everything that he could recollect, and there was nearly 100 women on there.
I genuinely don't know
bro.
when women are gonna learn that these pander bears, these guys who are selling these fake fantasies and have these enticing words, will not.
It's just performative, you know. Like they're doing it because they know that people are gonna click and it's gonna get views and shit like that, bro.
99% of the time just be frauds. I think nowadays women are so caught up in this idea of finding a man that will secure their financial future, of finding a provider, that they would actually buy into this type of delusion. They want to believe so bad that this ultra wealthy man that has life figured out, that's perfectly chivalrous.
By the way, like there's only so many ultra wealthy people in the world, so it's like not every single woman's gonna be able to have access to that anyways. You know?
This is a provider, protector, is just gonna magically choose them out of the bunch and only have eyes for them because somehow
it's that like Disney fucking movie propaganda shit.
they're so special and different from the hundreds of thousands of other beautiful women. I'm sorry to break it to you, but that's not how things work most of the time. And if you grew up a Disney kid, that's basically the Sophia the First, Cinderella, fantasy fairy tale storyline. But that's the thing, it's a fairy tale fantasy.
Yeah.
Meaning the shit is
propaganda.
So unlikely to happen that it's fantastical. And for anyone wondering, fantastical literally means imaginative, remote from reality. And look, again, there's nothing wrong with having high aspirations, but this sort of mindset becomes harmful, becomes a detriment when you have young women thinking like this and upholding this sort of standard for themselves.
How much a man gotta make for you to take them serious? How much a month? Over 6 figures a month. I was just about to say,
These people are so out of touch with reality, bro.
yeah, she's high maintenance, y'all. So I'll do over 6 figures a month. I'll take a shot at that.
Unfortunately, a lot of young ladies look up to these bird brains and have this sort of mindset. A man has to make at least $100,000 a month to be taken seriously, just to be taken.
Just to be taken seriously, bro.
And look, I'm not trying to poop on anyone's dream of finding this.
But here's the thing, though. Most people don't like. It's like oh my gosh. There's only so much like wealthy people in this world, bro. And like rich people in this world. Like there's so much like a lot of these people, I think it's just delusion and just I don't know. And just high expectations due to like, you know, propaganda from like Hollywood and shit like that.
This Prince Charming, ultra wealthy, handsome guy who's gonna, you know, just come in and swoop this random pretty girl and change her life and take care of all her needs. But I genuinely want y'all to be realistic. If we really sat down and thought about it, most guys these girls age, because they seem to be in their teens, maybe early 20s, will not have that type of money. So automatically, by process of elimination, the type of guys that these girls will be dealing with will probably be significantly older men. That's how we got situations like rapper Boston Richie literally grooming a girl who was underage at the time, Tatiana Chanel.
But you were dating like an 18-year-old chick, right?
Yeah.
You guys broke up?
Yeah.
Okay. What was the big deal? You're a kid. You're like 23 years old, right?
Nah.
How old are you?
I don't know. It really wasn't no big deal. It's just motherfuckers.
But people were like making a big deal that you're dating an 18-year-old?
Yeah. But it really wasn't nothing like it.
But how old are you?
27.
I mean, you know. Hey, man, I'll tell you what Tiger was doing.
Yo, bro.
Tiger was Tiger for real. Had Kylie Jenner.
Nigga said Tiger.
When she was a guy.
And you know it's bad when his only response is to bring up Tyga and Kylie Jenner. He really said, yeah, your situation is bad, but at least it wasn't as bad as this one.
Could you say any less you knew?
Yeah, it's just not as bad.
From
you
dating
know?
someone that young, like maybe they're just not like stay away. It didn't work out, obviously.
I don't know, man. I just be, I don't really know. I just do, me personally, like, whatever I like doing, whatever I feel like doing, I do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really learn lessons from situations, right?
That's insane, bro. This nigga said, I don't really learn my lesson from situations. Is fucking insane.
This was public information, but at the time, because he was buying her things and he was giving her so much money, her and other bird brain girls were literally supporting the relationship. To this day, there are still women who are applauding her behavior. They're talking about she got 3 businesses, 2 luxury cars, her rent paid for the next year, and hella wires and bags, plus she had a plan and she executed. Mama raised her right. This is the
Mama raised her right. I would say like Oh my gosh, bruh. I'm hoping that a lot of these are like bots. You know what I'm saying? Not all of them. I don't think they're all bots or no shit like that. But I do think at least like at most like half of them are bots. There's no fucking way, bro.
Comment I agree with. That's
AI.
low-key such a miserable way to live though. Like you put yourself through all them years and things for materials. And
Right.
this seems to be her present state after that whole situation wrapped up.
Like 2.5 years. No, Tati, I don't know how you did that hard time, baby. I can't pass 2.5.
Like, I don't even think I made it past 2.5, but like I said, I was just there. When you have a plan, you execute that plan.
You was looking like
I was just there.
Christina.
Yeah, when you have that plan, nigga, I was just there. Like, what the fuck does that? Hold on, let me. Oh, my bad.
I was just there.
What kept you in
I
the
was just
relationship?
there.
I fuck with your line.
I put gas around your neck. I'ma BB every chain.
Fuck is you talking about?
And look, you literally cannot make this shit up. Even after all these things came out about Boston Richie, him being a PDF, him being a rat, to this day, you go to his comments, there are women in there who are begging to be chosen. I need a Boston, hold the DV though. Y'all not tricking like Boston. Love me some Boston Richie because baby, can you help me? Oh my God, I love me a trick. Hey, I'm Miss Need Things Paid.
I'm telling y'all, a lot of these gotta be bots, bro. This is not real, bro. No girl is just sitting here fucking typing shit like this in the comments, bro. There's just no fucking way, bro. Look at this guy. Imagine seeing your girl in these comments.
And honestly, I'm not surprised that this sort of pandering loser who leads with his pockets would hit on younger girls. Because a lot of times, that's the only option they have. Because when they get in front of a real woman with her head on straight, these little tricks, these superficial materialistic gestures, they don't amount to much. And they can't use them to control these women. So they easily get exposed for what they truly are. Losers. You know the thing I love about the internet? I don't just gotta explain this to you guys. There's almost always an example already up online. So if you're not already informed about it, there's this YouTube dating show where people pop the balloon if they're not interested in an individual. The host asks some questions and then if the person
there was one guy, like his name was like Unghetto or something like that.
Answers in a way that doesn't please the contestant, then they have the option to go up to that person and pop their balloon.
Right.
Roll the clip.
For me, a perfect date, first thing I'm gonna do.
I've seen this. I think I've seen this clip before. I think he's gonna say some dumbass shit. Is that a strap-on beard, bruh? Is that a strap-on beard, bruh?
Pardon my voice, man. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take you shopping for something to wear. I'm gonna get your hair done, get your nails done, pick you up in my double R. Probably got 1,000 roses in there, in the Rolls Royce.
And I bet you, I think that guy, I think, not the guy that's talking, I think he was he's not really as successful as like, what is it called? They're like flaunted. They're renting it. They're not actually like, they're not actually, you know, like they're, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is it called, bro? I forgot. A poser?
I mean, shit, we gonna just go with the day. You know what I'm saying?
We just gonna go with the day, bro. After I buy you some shit, bro. Like, this guy gotta be boring as hell. I'm sorry, bro.
So we gonna just go with the day.
Pause. What the fuck?
If we in the city, if we not taking no trip, like I said, I'm pick you up, double R, roses, all that, the whole thing. You done got your hair done, nails done, you dressed to impress, whatever. We both looking good. We gonna go out to eat, fine dining. We might go to a club. And pop shit, have fun. And then after that, you know, we might just go get some massages or something like that. I think that's a perfect date.
Okay. You know who balloons you gonna pop already?
Nah, that's crazy.
Okay. Why did you have your balloon unpop?
I was really just being entertaining for real.
Okay.
Bro, shut your bitch ass up, bro.
So
I'm just keeping it real.
Why were you going to pop his balloon?
Just because it was like the stuff he mentioned, like the necessity, the need to like mention like
the brands, cars, and stuff like that. It's not really necessary to get a woman or to get me for that matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm more laid back than that.
You said if it's my girl and we're in a relationship.
That's fine, but it's like you could have said I'm gonna pick you up, like, oh, I'm gonna pick you up in this. All right, now it's a cut, right?
I'm gonna keep
That's
it
your
real.
style. I see that's your style. You look pretty flashy, like that's your style, probably.
It's cool. I'm just saying I wouldn't have dated you anyway.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Nigga just coping, bruh. He just coping, bruh. But I think I've seen this guy before. There was some shit that came out about him. Like he was like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, cause you got the makeup on your shirt.
Yeah.
And
okay,
you got,
and
like, lipstick on your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And
okay.
It's like you got like a blood clot in your eye.
Yeah.
So
I'm a barber.
No,
and some hair got in my eye.
I'm not trying to be funny.
It's just like
I was just paying attention.
You saying things that don't add up to nothing else.
No, I was just.
But it was giving Fugazi though, Bookie.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Ready?
Let her come back.
Yeah.
You said
no, bruh. These guys, they sitting themselves around materialistic shit, and then when they go in front of when it comes to actually like getting like women that actually like have their head on a fucking swivel, like he just has no personality. That's just what it is. The nigga has no personality. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point of having all this money and jewelry and shit if you have no fucking personality?
Fugazi.
You see how when women don't fall for their material possessions,
yeah,
they
it's
don't have
like
any answer beyond that. Their whole personality is their wallet.
Yeah, there's
no personality, just surface level and extremely superficial.
It's just boring.
These guys are used to
fake.
what you would call pay to play. The women they're used to dealing with live their life and operate like glorified sex workers. They're used to women whose thought process is, if you can't pay for anything, you can't gain access to my time. And I think this next clip best explains the detriment of dealing with these men who are wallet first, everything else later. Now the clip is long, but I genuinely could not have explained it better than Auntie did.
It is dangerous to teach young women, especially young women under the age of 28, to be asking men for money, to require and expect money from men. It puts these young women in precarious situations. Most young women have not developed enough life experience, wisdom. The frontal lobe is not even developed. And so these attitudes I see a lot of older women espouse around men should give you money. Your existence, your beauty is value enough for that man to pay you. If he's not giving you money, then what's his use? That's problematic to teach to young girls, because most young girls do not have the experience to navigate men who are using money to manipulate them, who are using money to access their bodies.
It's not authentic. Like she's basically saying like you're trying to buy her, bro. You're trying to buy her out, and it's just unauthentic. It's just not. It's fake. So, you know what I mean?
Because that's what this comes down to. Let's just keep it very frank, okay? If you're not getting married, that man is trying to access your body. It's just sexual attraction and it's gratification. The reason why he's taking you to that restaurant, the reason why he's paying for your shoes or your hair is to access your body. Period. It always leads back to him accessing your body. And even if you do get married, you've just become a woman who signed a contract where now he is expecting your body. And if you're religious, you might well believe mistakenly it is by God's design and it is your wifely duty to give your body and not deny your husband. So either way you dice this, it's about getting access to your body. And I feel very strongly whenever I talk about the fact that women should not be relying on men for money, you should not be asking men for money. I think you missed the point here, that I am often thinking about the young woman. Because I'm sorry, I will say it again. I do not believe that every woman who receives money just because from a man is not doing something in exchange. And if you are a woman who's managed to master that kind of interaction with men, I'm pretty sure you're not a 22-year-old. And that still comes with risks. When you teach young women to be able to call another young man, because this is the other thing, are they calling a 22-year-old boy and saying, give me $5,000?
Nope, because that nigga don't got money, and
dollars or
no.
pay for my hair, because if they are, that's not a good practice. It's not something we should be encouraging. And I think 22-year-old young men shouldn't be doing that.
And if anything, it's just gonna turn a lot of guys off. You know what I mean?
Either. They shouldn't be paying for girls' rent. For what? They're young people. What they're doing? Going to the cinema, going on a date. This is not serious relationships anyway. So why should a young man be giving that kind of money to go on a date with a young...
Even if it wasn't serious though, like, you don't gotta do all that extra shit. You know what I mean? Like,
women. Let them go
You know
and
what I
have
mean? Like-
popcorn at the cinema. Keep it simple. That's the stage of life they're at. So then who is this 22-year-old, 25-year-old woman actually asking for money from? Hard, cold cash. It tends to be older men. That comes with its problems. And most of these young girls do not have the life experience to navigate those situations and come out on top. They don't have the experience to navigate that situation and not give off their body unless they want to, or not feel like they have to, or they should. Even when the man is asking for that access, he's edging for that access to your body. Who has, not all of these girls have this.
And like, you know, if you notice, like at the beginning of the video, these guys brag about money and shit. They get the girl, you know what I'm saying? They buy her out, all that shit. When the guy doesn't get what he wants from that woman, he starts doing what? Abusing her. Because, you know, he put all that money, put all that shit. He thinks he's entitled for that shit. You know what I mean? There's also that too.
Skills to not end up in those situations. This is why it's dangerous overall to assert that women asking men for money and expecting money in the dating stages in particular is a way of righting the wrongs of patriarchy. Not for every woman. You actually become more of a victim to misogyny, predatory behavior, and patriarchy. This is why we need to think about the day-to-day realities of these power dynamics that exist when women are looking at men and asking men for money just because you're beautiful. I'm sorry, if you're an older woman who's managed to crack this, fine, keep it to yourself. If you're a young woman, be very wary of taking that advice. Get your own money. Get your own money and interact with men on a level where you are a peer, where you have power and leverage because you've got your own money. And then you get to decide how much of yourself you give to that man or not.
Now, y'all can't tell me she didn't cook. But with that being said, though, if you made this far, I appreciate
She went fucking crazy.
you for watching. Go ahead and like, comment.
Yeah, bro. I would just say, like, it's just a lot of these male panders, bro. They're performers. They're not, you know what I mean? And behind the scenes, you know what I mean? The reason why they're manipulative. You know what I mean? Like, if they're manipulative with this pandering shit, imagine if they be in real life, bro. You know what I mean? You know, but anyways, man, I hope you have a good breakfast, a good dinner, good night, man. I love y'all, man. Peace.